Good morning. What am I doing? Looking so excited out here, 8:30 in the morning, and it's a little bit chilly. What am I waiting for? In fact, let's ask Mrs. Smith to join us, because she normally is a late night person, not an early morning person, so let's get her over here and just see if she's excited, like I am. Why are we out here at 8:30 in the morning? What are we waiting for? What are you so excited about?
My new car.
Okay, so just a few moments ago, here's the pictures of that car getting rolled off the wagon. So shall we go and have a look at your new car?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, come this way. So we've had Mercs for the last 3 years, so Aniko's old car is back over there, I don't know if you can see it. I've decided to keep this one. You can see how cold it is out here. Look at this. It was very, very cold last night, so they've just taken this off the truck, and what a car it is. You looking forward to driving this one?
Mm-hmm.
Got a 350 horsepower Ferrari engine in it, so
You can race.
yeah, Mercedes versus this one. Okay, so this is a substantial set of keys. Quite nice, aren't they? Welcome to your new car. Here you are. Let's see what kind of sound it makes. Okay, so I just want to explain the number plate. So here's my car. I absolutely love this car. It's a C63 AMG. Love the Mercedes. Now my one is P5 Rue. Now P5 was the closest I could get to Paul Smith, as in PS. Okay, and Rue is the village in Scotland where we live, where we've got a house. We live here in Doncaster now. And Aniko's new car, it's just been delivered. Here it is, gorgeous thing. Lovely Maserati, love the badge, is F1 Rue. So Rue, again, the village in Scotland, and F1 because we're both massive F1 fans. So we've now got the two top teams in Formula One. We've got a Merc and we've got a Ferrari. Because, by the way, sorry, it is a Maserati, but why am I saying Ferrari? Maserati, this one has got a 350 horsepower Ferrari engine in it, so that's why I'm talking about Ferraris. So it's kind of a Ferrari. Okay, so you've seen the car, you've seen it being delivered, you've seen how happy Aniko is. What I just want to talk to you about now is the numbers a little bit. So, stating the obvious, this is a Maserati. And if you just went into the dealership and said, I'd like a new Maserati, please. One of these, I think the base price is about 78,000, something like that. And then with the extras, it would just be into the 80s. Well, here's the thing. You can see my car out there. It's actually -3 at the moment, so that's why it's a bit icy out there, and this one's sort of defrosting. If you wandered into the dealership, as I was saying, it'd be round numbers, let's call it £80,000. But here is the actual new vehicle invoice, and I don't know if you can see the numbers on there, but let's just talk through some of those numbers. So you can see from there that the price, before we start talking about the extras that are on here, see the base price is £60,000, 20% VAT, £12,000 VAT, takes you to £72,000. Then you've got these various extras here. So this one, for instance, has got the panoramic sunroof, front seat heating, special paint, special alloy wheels, etc, etc. So you add all those things on, and that's what pushes it up to be an £80,000 car. But the thing that this car has got in common with that car over there is that both of these cars are actually owned by one of our LLPs, our limited liability partnership. If you're purchasing a car, if you're operating a car through a company, a limited company, you get a massive amount of benefit in kind. You as an individual pay a load of tax. It's just not a tax efficient way to do it at all. If, on the other hand, you do it through an LLP, each partner in an LLP, which is a limited liability partnership, so me, Aniko, the other partners in the partnership, we're all allowed one fully expensed car through the partnership, and it isn't a benefit in kind. So if we bought this as individuals, then it'd be like £80,000. But as soon as the LLP buys it, because the LLP is VAT registered, the rules on cars and VAT are quite complicated, but essentially if you buy something that's subject to VAT and you can see here on the invoice, in this case, just the base thing without even all these extras, it's £12,000, then that's an expense for the LLP. So VAT can be reclaimed, and then the whole of the price of the thing can be set against the profit. So it's incredibly tax efficient. But in addition to that, in general terms, in property, you'll hear me talking about a win-win all the time. What's good for the vendor, because typically we're buying houses, is very often what's good for you if you can come to an agreement. Now, when's the best time to buy a car? Well, the best time to buy a car is when the dealership or the manufacturer wants to sell it. When do they want to sell it? Well, at the end of a quarter or at the end of a year. Why? Because they've got sales targets. So look at the discount that we negotiated. You can see the discount we negotiated here is £9,675. So that's one hell of a discount. So they were clearly keen to sell it. The net price here of this £80,000 car is suddenly £57,000. Now, we use a lot of our available capital to put into houses to earn good money. So I always ask myself the question, is there a way of financing it where I don't have to use my own money? And you can see that we actually got the finance on this one, or the company, Touchstone Education LLP, got the finance from Hitachi Capital. And the cost of car finance these days is dirt cheap. It is almost for nothing. So the cost of the finance on this car is 2%. So you can do the numbers, but what I'm just talking you through there is, let's just go back and just recap. An £80,000 car that we're actually getting, or we've got, for £57,000. The deposit we had to put on this car was the VAT. Well, we're not bothered about VAT because we'll reclaim it anyway. So we don't personally own it, the LLP owns it. That means that the LLP can claim it as an expense against its cost. This becomes an asset of the company. As far as us using it, because it's a legitimate LLP that's got millions of pounds of turnover, we can legitimately run this car through that LLP completely tax-free. So I don't know if you like the idea of £80,000 cars for £57,000 and then setting the whole thing as an expense against your company. You can use it. Now, if you want to learn about all that kind of stuff, well, that is what's contained in my 2-day online course, which is Limited Company Essentials, and I go into LLPs, I talk about VAT. So if you want a fantastically tax efficient way to run your cars, maybe supercars, I don't know, and we've been doing it for years, by the way, because I mean, this one we just got delivered today. I've had that one over there for 3 years. 3 years before that, I had a CLS 350. So it's really allowed us to step up the quality of car that we've been driving, whilst at the same time saving a huge amount of tax. Hope you found that interesting. You, as always, have been wonderful. I've been Paul. I'll see you next time.